We stayed at the Fidalgo Bay RV Resort, which is a really nice resort up near Anacortes, Washington. And it has a nice little beach. As you can see, I'm standing on the beach looking across. This is the Anacortes refinery owned by Shell, and that is Mount Baker in the background. You can see the processing plant is working right now with the steam plume going on. So there's some kind of a activity going on involving heat, and it creates a lot of steam apparently. We're going to zoom in on Mount Baker here in a second. Mount Baker is one of the taller mountains in the Cascade Range. You can see at the top there, it looks like the snow has broken away from the peak, and there was a large avalanche at some point. There's a ski area up on Mount Baker. I have never actually been to the Mount Baker ski area though. So this is just kind of the waterfront in front of the Fidalgo Bay RV Resort. And just going to take a panoramic sweep across the bay. There's a little dot out there in the water, and that is a sea otter. And there are several sea otters that make their living along the bay there. So there's a Class A home. There's Kelly and friends of ours and their truck camper. And there's our truck camper, chairs. And Charlie is in there somewhere, most likely spying on me. So this is the fuel dock for the refinery, and there is a tanker. It looks low in the water, so it's either being filled or emptied, one of the two. So I'm just going to back away from it. I'm just trying to impress everybody with the zoom power on my old Canon GL1 camera. There's another tanker. You see that the red hull is below the water line, and so that indicates that the ship is full. So it's either waiting to unload or leave. Since it's out in the bay there sitting, I figure it's probably there to be unloaded. So this is just going to be a panoramic sweep of the refinery, and you can see the big storage tanks there. Compare the size of those tanks to the railway tank cars in front of it. You can see just how much fuel is being processed in that facility. Quite a bit. And I'm not sure, but I think that those are cattle, those black dots in the fields in the foreground. Then those spherical tanks, I think those are natural gas. So there's Mount Baker again, and the refinery is going full bore. See, the steam plume is going straight up, and so that would kind of mean no wind. Another mountain peak up there. I don't know which one that is. So now we're swinging around to the fuel dock again. See, there's lots of trees around. All these islands and everything you see at one point was logged. You see a logged area up there, the bald spot on the mountain. There's that tanker again. And some cranes out there to handle, I would imagine, fuel lines going from the tanker to the pipes on the dock. There's a cell tower up there. We had really good cell service there. The sailboat going along. And there's a zoomed in shot of Mount Baker again. You can see where it looks like the snow slid out down from the peak. And then you see the steam is pluming straight up pretty much, so no wind. You can see a little bit of the reflection in the water there. We're getting late in the day. going to be doing the night scene here pretty soon, and that's kind of a cool looking view of the refinery.
I don't want you lost in the woods without your identification. And it was just some little hippie kid. He's like,
yeah, it's a lot of steam coming up. These seagulls are kind of funny that one is eating something and all the others are trying to get it. I think the word mine comes to mind. So they'll have a squabble over dinner here in a minute, fly away and then fly back. Just kind of fun to watch. There's a lot of marine life and bird life. There is an animal sanctuary there just south of the RV park, so there's lots of stuff to see flying around. Eagles, seagulls, cormorants, herons, ducks, geese, all kinds of stuff. And there they are flying again. So I think this one I'm trying to track flying off with the zoom, and I actually did a pretty good job tracking this one here. I didn't get too shaky, and the autofocus is trying to keep up with it. So he's quite a ways away now, and I got lucky. I tracked him pretty well. So now they're going to come back and find whatever he was eating and finish it off. Delicious. And this here's the night shot. I realize that it's an oil refinery, but at night with that backdrop of the mountain, it is kind of pretty looking. So I'm just kind of adjusting the exposure a little bit. And there's still no wind. The plume is going straight up. Then you can see the reflection off the water there. One lone vehicle driving across the scene. There's an exposure adjustment. And Kelly taking pictures. So we're following our friends. We're going to Anacortes now to see the Waterfront Maritime Festival. And it's kind of interesting. They have a classic Corvette show going on there every year. They have it in, I think it's the first weekend in June. So there's an old stern wheel river vessel. And there's the Corvettes. Everybody likes a Corvette. Just about everybody. I'm more of a Mustang kind of person. I liked how the similar body styles were all lined up in a row. And then here's a bunch of them on another adjacent street. So obviously it's mostly the newer Corvettes, but there are a few of the older classic ones scattered about, like these two. And there's a couple of the old classic Stingrays there, along with an older one. Actually, if I remember correctly, that older one is a kit on a new Corvette. So it's kind of neat looking. It's a new Corvette made to look like an old one. So now we are on a sailboat heading out. The marina yacht members there were providing rides for people that were coming down to the Waterfront Festival. So we got to go out for about an hour, hour and a half on a sailboat with a real nice couple, and just sailed around and got to unfurl the sails and feel the wind and breeze in our head. It's one of the modern Foss tugboats, and I figure that one is here to help with all the ships coming in and out of the refinery. The Lindsay Foss. And I think that guy was actually a little bit closer than he should have been to us. Sure exactly what proper boating etiquette is. And there is our skipper. This is a nice yacht here. It's the Raven, and I'm not sure if it is a ketch or a yawl. But I like the windows off the transom back there. It's probably the stateroom back there. It'd be nice to be able to have a stateroom off the stern and be able to look out and see what's around you. So our boat had the sails were all nicely packed away. We were just using the small sail in front. She's cranking away on the winch. This is the boat building competition, and so I'm going to stop narrating here and let the show go.
For those about to drown, we salute you. Time to make your way down to the dock and see these amazing craft in action. That's in action.
That looks like the most seasoned.
Yeah, well, it does look well built.
Yes.
But it's not a fast design like these.
That one that's really heavy and they don't care because they're clear. Oh, he has a little camera, look. A drone.
Alright, did you guys get a good workout? You know, this year we had Richard leading the parade. He had the parade saunter as opposed to let's get it done from carrying a boat. Alright, if you guys would like to get your boats up and put them in the water and get your life jackets on, those of you that are concerned about your boats floating might wait just to the last moment. Gentlemen and ladies, this is how it's going to work. There will be a 10-second countdown, and you will start from. So if you have people that want to hold on to the dock, onto the boat for you at the dock, that's fine. You will start from the dock. I will start when it looks like you guys are all about ready or mostly ready. The race will go out to the orange mark. You can all see the orange mark at the end of the quay. You'll round the orange mark in whatever direction you choose. finish line is between these two marks. These two posts. The winning boat will win. The losing boat won't.
We're gonna sink that one.
The sinking boat will win. For you to win overall, you must finish the race. Except for the political and public officials, we just want to watch you have fun.
Oh, I think it's where the party. I feel like they got it. Yeah. It's better than I thought. That might flip it. Maybe it won't go so fast.
We're waiting on Anacortes Waterfront. Finish your beers.
Oh, look, there goes the drone.
Are you all done ready? Okay, we want a lot of cheering going on. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Kayaks are winning. You're doing really good. As soon as that water comes back over the beer boat, it's gonna sink. There it goes. And you're the one I thought would do so well. It's not a fast paddle. It's actually quite a ways out there. Yeah, the big road boat, I thought that would be the best, but it's actually so big they are. Oh, is that his rent? Oh, is it? Oh, well, that would get a shot. That's true. I think there's somebody's shoe out there. I know, it looks like a floater, huh? That silver one. Yeah, that's pretty
So who wins?
Who wins? That one. See the drone? Oh.
This is back at the Fidalgo RV Park, and this is the old railway causeway. It's now a walkway, and there's the old railroad trestle crossing the bay. But yeah, so thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.